Hi dear colleagues, it's Nikola Lalev, and in this quick video I will show you how to create a Betafence railing in Archicad. In order to do this, you need to use at least Archicad 21 or newer version, and this is the final result what we want to achieve, something like this, which is famous Betafence railing used in Bulgaria most of the time. It can be either with a solid base, or in this case without solid base, just the columns are anchored in the ground. The profile is already created. This is the profile for the balusters, let's call them that, and it is simply a line. Now, in order to use it as a baluster, we need to create a 3D form from this. It can be either programmed or used as an element in Archicad and saved as a library part. I will first convert this polyline to morph using the morph tool and the space magic wand to convert it. Let's choose the Chrome element and let's move it. Now for reference I will place a wall next to it. Be aware of the vertical plane and to be able to rotate it easier. Let's make this use 3 centimeters and use for cut line something with lesser thickness, and I place the wall next to the profile. Now let's load these two elements in 3D. Now I will rotate this, choosing the option free rotate. Let's go for the axis, which is I will use this axis, perpendicular one. Choose a point and rotate it 90 degrees. Now the profile is set. I can delete the wall because I don't need it anymore. And now we have the profile ready to be made in 3D. Now it has no thickness, however. In order to create a thickness, I will create another morph, which will be with the same shape as the profile. Let's use the creation option with the circle, and now I will choose radius of 0.5 centimeters. Now let's zoom in a little bit. Okay. Yes, let's make sure that everything is aligned before moving it. Like that. Let's hide this for now, and let's start the operation. Now let's continue. I've already gone with the center, and now I will simply move this center alongside the path. Simply delete the original one. Let's select the element and go to File, Libraries and Object, Save Selection As, and I will save it as a railing post, as a baluster for Betafence. It specifies the materials, of course. I will not change them. And now let's create the railing. Double click on the railing tool. Now let's delete anything unnecessary. First we will have, of course, posts. I will use profile posts, hollow, let's say 5 centimeters in diameter, and also the same for inner posts. 5, and the material will be, I will use steel, and for inner post steel as well. For the balusters I will first, let's set the post be at the segment bottom and segment top. Same applies to the inner post and outer post. Now we need, of course, some balusters, and they will be, let's say, 4 centimeters apart. Now it already determined a parameter, but I will use this one, baluster for Betafence, which I already saved. You notice minus 12.5, I won't use like that, and I prefer it to be on the outside edge. So in this case I will have to use the half of the column dimension, which is 5, so minus 2.5 is what I have to type. Now the height of the railing needs to be changed. See, 180. Yes, it can be 180, or it can be 160, because I don't want these columns to be too high. Now I will have to place some horizontal elements. As you can see on the image, we have in every place where the profile is curving, and also some middle one. So let's place. Let's go to the railing options. Of course, it would have been easiest just to delete the balusters, which you will insert later again, to avoid this typing, and simply place all the rails manually. So that should do it. We placed all the rails in the correct order and heights, of course, and now I will add the balusters. In this case it is only one baluster, so let's place it in the correct place. Here, and now I will change the settings. I will use segment bottom 15 centimeters and segment top for the total height, and let's see what happens. So as you can see, everything is in the correct place. Now of course, if I want to be more precise, I will add the additional railings, additional rails in this case, but this is a very correct representation of what we wanted to achieve. Of course, if the terrain is different, we can place additional rail at the bottom for foundation. Let's place that in any case. First I will save this, and I will call this Betafence regular, and I will add another one, which of course will contain another rail at the bottom, and I will just specify different dimensions for it. Let's use rectangular one, with concrete, and it will be 15 centimeters height by 20 centimeters. Now, since the height is set, I will use the offset to be half of the height. And let's see what happens now. Of course, in this case the reference will not be the vertical rails but the foundation, so this will not be minus 2.5 but minus 10, which is half of the width dimension of the foundation. And let's see what happened. Of course, now the height of the post needs to be changed, so the post will be starting from the top of the foundation, which is, as you remember, 15 centimeters. So I will type 15 here, and same for the post. I use 15 on the bottom. And finally, since the points are here, I will offset the end points of the posts to the inside half of the width. Let's do it. We have the distance here, but I will use node and I will offset the ending node by minus 2.5. Actually, just 2.5. And we can make sure that it works by placing a flat just for reference. Select these two, and now I will use these settings, use associated of course, and place it alongside the side. That is completely normal setting. You notice that it lands exactly on the top layer and the posts start on the foundation above. Of course, we can change it easily by going to our favorites and clicking Betafence regular if you want to see the other option. Of course, notice the alignment again, it is in this case with the vertical alignment. So that is how to easily create a fence. Very simple fence, but very nice looking. Of course, if I want, I will change the dimension of this. They seem too big. I would use half centimeter for diameter, but in this case it's also fine. So keep improving and see you in the next video.